Namaste. It is a great pleasure, honor, and a blessing to have with us Siddha Guru Atmananda ji at the GYANAYOGI TV. Welcome, Guruji. Siddha Guru Atmananda ji is an enlightened Siddha of the supramental lineage. He has founded Sri Siddha Sanmarga organization. It is a non-profit organization. Let us hear more about the organization from Guruji himself. Guruji.
Thank you for the welcome. Jai Guru Datta.
Jai.
Sri Siddha Sanmarga, though the organization is founded by me, the word Sanmarga and the Siddha Sanmarga actually comes from a long time. My Guru Tirumular, and after that Bhagavan Sri Ramalinga Swamigal was the first person to use that in the modern contemporary times. But Tirumular was the first person to use this word Sanmarga, the righteous path. Siddha in Sanskrit means perfect, but Siddha in what exactly is perfect? So, in Sanskrit, if you understand, the word perfect is only given to a state of being. Existence is what Siddha is. Sanmarga is the righteous path, is the perfect righteous path which leads you to a state of existence or which leads you to a state of being. In Sanatana Dharma, Sri Vidya, the word Sri, Jagannmata in Lalita Tripura Sundari is Hreem Swarupini, Hreem Karodhyana Kekini, Hreem Hreem Sharirini. But Jagannmata Vidya is a Sri Vidya. Because Sri, that is the beauty and the secret most Bijakshara. Ashrita Ashraya is the meaning of, one of the many meanings of Sri. Ashrita Ashraya. She is the supporter to the Shiva. She takes the support of Shiva. She supports Shiva. She gives support to Shiva. That is the beauty of the word Sri. This word Siddha Sanmarga was used by all supramental hierarchy from time and again, and I just added the word Sri because this supramental lineage of Sri Siddha Sanmarga follows the ancient most traditional path of Sri Vidya Sadhana to establish and experience that supramental enlightenment state of being.
Guruji, you use the word supramental. Would you please elaborate on that?
Perfectly fine. It's a good thing to... Before I explain about supramentalization, first we need to understand it has two words to it, supra and mental. So before we understand supramentalization, we need to understand what mind is. What is mind? The Sanatana Dharma, the Advaita Dharma says, mind technically is a collection of memories of three major qualities, of three major entities. So they say, so there are three basic elemental memory, karmic memory, and mayika or manasika, mental memories. These three collect together and form the mind. When a mother conceives the child, the moment that the sperm and ovum are united, the air, water, etc., the Pancha Mahabhuta that the mother lives around, they start accumulating within the mother, and now they have a memory. That is the reason why in ancient Sanatana Dharma, the Maharshis used to take some water and then meditate and then throw it upon, and then the memory, the function, the transfer used to be very easy. Because elements have, modern science these days is starting to accept it, and there has been a great science that has been developed these days to understand and study how elements have memory. So the elemental memory, from the moment the body starts forming in the mother's womb, the elemental memory gives us makes the first part of the mind. The second part of the mind is the Karmanamala, which has the Sanchita and the most important Prarabdha karma process. So once the mind starts accumulating an imprint, and because of that imprint of the elemental memory and the mother's memory, once the karma forms, the mind, the accumulation of memories form, your soul has a reaction. I experienced this. Then again the mind which it had accumulated over a period of ages, the soul just is an awareness. It has an awareness and it sees a body is forming for it and it just experiences, I know it. The moment it says, I know it, the past experiences, the past mind which it collected, now this mind comes and attaches to the current Anavamala mind which is forming in the mother. Anavamala, your elemental memory. What is memory? Collection of reference points. So the collection of reference points from the elements, collection of the reference points from our past karmic have now added, and now after that the mind starts forming. Once the child is born, now he starts accumulating mental Mayika Mala, the mental memory, by seeing all that he can see from the surroundings. So he is told this is good, this is bad, this is, so this is the mind. So what is technically mind? Mind is a memory of reference points. Now what happens is, everybody in their life wants to grow, everybody in their life wants to express better, but what you know limits you. What you do not know liberates you. But how can I know, how can I experience when I already know? It is very difficult because memories are so binding that it becomes absolutely difficult to go beyond our own memories. So if you see, a lot of people say, that is the reason why a lot of people say we don't want to be judgmental. But the truth is, they don't have judgments. Why do we be so the judgmental attitude is because no judgment can ever be made without a reference. If this has happened this way, if that has happened that way, then how would this happen? We estimate, we imagine, and then it is called Anumana Pramana. So we imagine, and that is what we call as thinking. So if at all you don't know certain stuff, you can't think about that stuff. So what is thinking again? What is mind? Collection of reference points, adding, conjoining or disjoining various reference points, and then trying to synthesize a new inference of new reference point is called as thinking. So this is how the process of mind functions. But supramentalization, because here where is the culprit? Mannat karanam iti bandhamokshayoha. Mind is the reason for our absolute benefit. Mind is the reason for our trouble. So the main problem is with the mind. And how is this mind? It's not in my control, because it was kick-started by the elemental memories. After that, it was kick-started by my prarabdha and my sanchita karmas. After that, it was kick-started by the surroundings and the environment. That is the reason why if you take a Punjabi, there is a Punjabi mindset. If you take a Kerala person, there is a Kerala mindset. If you take an Andhra person, there is an Andhra person mindset. Being already in that mindset, now you are into your family mindset, and then you are into your, and then you try to fight an individuality within that.
Sanmarga Sri Vidya Dhyan and Supramental Healing. We conduct workshops in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, Hubli, Visakhapatnam, Pune, Manchar, Nagpur, Raipur, Thiruvananthapuram, Baroda and Ahmedabad. Contact phone number 9170 32700 210 95620 12814. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe us in YouTube.
Indian mindset, Kerala mindset, your family mindset, your surrounding mindset, and your experiences to the various social and situations around you, social situations, political situations, and stuff like that, and your reaction to all of it. Now you trying to find an identity, the mind is confused. What is it? Now at that point in time, I will add the word, now you have to meditate, now you have to do sadhana, now you have to find, now again I add further information. Chakras, I add more information into this, so I add more information, and then I ask to do this. The mind actually slogs through all this. Because what it really wants is to live life to its fullest. But what is stopping it? It doesn't know. It is its own memories. It is its own conditioning. This has to happen this way. Then it has to happen. So when you understand this mind and the mind's processes, you will understand we need something beyond mind, as Lord Sri Krishna says, Uddharya Atmana iti Atmaha Gokuru Nandana in the Gita. We have to uplift the mind with the help and power of the soul. Or else it is very difficult for the mind, which is already in control of various external circumstances and which has been kick-started by the elemental forces.
Yes.
Now, if I am born in Kerala, I have a Kerala mindset of liking Kerala rice. It's natural to me, and I say that's my like. If I am born in Punjab, then I like something else. If I am born in Andhra, I like something else. All this is not me. All this is influenced, and this influence all I confuse it as me. Now I want something called as happiness. How can I get happiness when I am already influenced by so many people who are not happy? I collected my mind from people who are not happy. I borrowed my mind from ideas, concepts, logics, behavior, pattern, everything that I see. Then how can I be more happy? It's like generations together. I shouldn't take it personally, but generations together, I keep saying this. My great-grandfather had issues with his marriage. My father, some issues. But then my father, my mother, when they want me to get married, the moment they'll say, you marry, you will be happy. As if in marriage there is no unhappiness at all. There would never be any fight kind. Life is always a mixture, but see how they present it for everybody. When we force our child to get married, the first thing that we'll say is marriage is all about happiness, whereas we know what happens. That is how life is. Mind tricks us. So we need the higher. What is higher than mind? Because mind is a collection from external sources. You need your own authentic self, the true self. The Sanatani, Guru Mandala Rupini, Tripuramba, which is there as Atma. The 916th Nama of Lalita Sahasranama says Atma. 917 Parama. 918 Pavana. So Atma, Parama, Pavana is the original Rupa of Jagannatha Lalita Tripura Sundari. And Atma Swarupa. If we have the experiential understanding of the Atma and we dwell upon it, the mind acts like a wife, the Shakti, the sound, and the Atma is the Sanatana, Sundara, Nirmala, Nirguna, Nirankara, Nirakara, Siva. And slowly it is the mind that should fall in love with the Siva within, not outside. And as that love happens, it's a spiritual upliftment, what I call a spiritual upliftment, what as Adhyatma. Spirituality is a word of English, but Sanatana, they use the word Adhyatma. Adhyayana, Atma ki Adhyayana. Adhyatma, Atma Adhyayana. So, Atma ko Adhyayana is very important. So, when that happens, the mind elevates. Who needs spiritual enlightenment? Atma is already enlightened. The mind needs enlightenment. How? How can I, a deceased patient, even a doctor when he gets sick goes to another doctor. So how can a mind repair its own self? We need the supramental, above the mind. What is above the mind? The Atma. The infinite, humongous potential within me comes from my Atma. That is the supramental. When the mind and the Atma has a synergistic coherence and understanding, that is the reason why they say, when there is no Shakti, the Shiva was Seva. He didn't know that he existed because he was busy in his own absolute eternity. It is the Shakti which made the Shiva, you are Shiva, you exist, realization. Am I clear with you? And that is the reason why she is the Annapurna, she is the Guru Mandala Rupini, she is the Guru, Shiva is not the Guru. I think you understand. So the supramentalization is that divine supermind where the mind is completely in alignment with the Atma. Then the mind has infinite potential. The mind is a conditioned mind, influenced mind.
Yes.
The supermind is an aligned mind to the Atma which has its own unique experiential reality. It doesn't need any reference points. It is the source of all. Mind creates. For example, even scientists. For example, you study history when you speak about Einstein, because everybody these days speak only about Einstein as if he's the only scientist. No, there's great people, Niels Bohr, or you talk about Rutherford, or you talk about any great person. You talk about Edison, you talk about Tesla. All these people, if you see, they have Archimedes, for example. He was trying to find an answer. He thought, he couldn't find an answer. He was so frustrated, or he was so tired in thinking, because what is thinking? Collecting reference points and synthesizing a new reference point. He couldn't get the answer. Now he was so tired, and finally he was resting in a bathtub, mind absolutely empty, because when you think, your mind goes blank, absolute silent. Then the mind doesn't give you any reference point. It has its own me. At that point, suddenly you got the idea. Yeah, this is how it is. Eureka moment.
Yeah.
How a blank and not influenced mind alone can give you infinite potential. Because there is already humongousness within you. All you need to is a still mind and an open heart. This process of alignment is called supramentalization. Supramental is aligning to the Atma.
You were talking about experiencing this supramental mind. Could you tell us how we can do that, or how is it that you teach us?
I teach this, the word quote unquote teach is not the right way, but how to experience the supramentalization. The supramental hierarchy has a process of initiating people, of transmission. So how do we initiate? By transmission. They say, there is a famous poem also, Jotu se Jotu jagao. The enlightened one, you are the infinite Jyoti. In Sanskrit there is a lot of meaning to it, but that Jyoti, that infinite flame, out of your own flame, you start the flame within me, the flame of Jnana. So the Prakasha. So it is the master who will pass on that experience. How will you experience? You don't have to work to experience. The supramental process will make you naturally experience it. Once you experience it, you just have to hold on to the experience, because once you hold on to the experience in itself, it grows. So how you will experience it? Once you receive a transmission of that experience from me, you naturally have that experience. Then what you need to do is experience the experience of experience. Now you need to understand what again is this, because people these days only know what is experience. Because quickly, our mind is so tricky. The moment we experience something, our mind immediately starts to attach it with the previous references that it already has.
Yes.
Adhyatmikata, the spiritual progress really happens when you know how to experience the experience. There is an experience, I'm just experiencing. I'm not trying to correlate it with my previous understanding. I'm not trying to mix it, match it. They say mardana, marana, tadana, the various processes where you process the metals and mercury and stuff in the ancient ways. The same way, you don't have to mardana, you don't have to fold it, you don't have to bend it, you don't have to beat it, you don't have to beat all this to your experiences. But what happens is, in our daily life, we beat, we try to bend, we try to fold, we try to converge, we try to protract, we try to do so many things with our experiences, and that is the reason why we want to know the meaning of everything.
Yes.
The first thing that we should do is be aware, and be aware that you are aware. Experience the experience of experience. Who is experiencing? Experience the experience of experience. Once you do that, enlightenment becomes very quick. Again, before enlightenment, our own experience of our own humongous potential also happens. If you are not destroyed by the humongous potential, because that is overwhelming. Once you start experiencing your own self, naturally your capabilities and your life improves. Then you get destroyed or disoriented, because when you want something in life and you get it, you naturally get overjoyed and you leave the experience and you go do it. For example, it's like the same thing. You do the puja. You get something immediately, you forget the puja and enjoy that. Yes or no? You give your child a car, and what happens is, if it is the most favorite car, for a moment he will forget you and enjoy the car.
Yes.
Same fashion, what happens is, but those who don't leave that, by doing this supramentalization, our inner infinite potential is very quickly experienced. But if you don't get distracted and still be experiencing, then you will be even enlightened.
Sanmarga Sri Vidya Dhyan and Supramental Healing. We conduct workshops in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, Hubli, Visakhapatnam, Pune, Manchar, Nagpur, Raipur, Thiruvananthapuram, Baroda and Ahmedabad. Contact phone number 9170 327 210, 95620 12814. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe us in YouTube.